Hi world, you're watching Ladies Room Millennials. I'm your host Chanel Kissa, and we have two amazing hosts that's going to be joining me today. We have Beelax. She's a DJ, a personality, and a producer on 92.3 and 96.7 The Beat and iHeart radio station. And we also have Sarah Lee. She's a Yogini at Westside Yoga Atlanta, and she's also receiving her PhD at Emory University for organizational behavior. So we're going to go on commercial break, and we'll be right back, and you'll be able to meet our two amazing hosts. Welcome back to Ladies Room Millennials. I'm your host Chanel Kissa, and we have DJ Beelax and Sarah Lee. As I promised that I would introduce you guys after the commercial break. Hi ladies, how are you guys doing today?
Hey, what's up Chanel?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
No problem, no problem. So what's been going on? I know you guys both have so much stuff going on, so thank you for taking time out your day to come on the show.
Most definitely. It's a lot going on right now. I'm just trying to stay focused with, working on my craft, as a DJ, and also learning how to be a better personality as well too. Because it's just good when you're able to communicate with people on different platforms.
Well, you're under some great people at the station, so
I'm under some
how's
great,
that transition
legendary
going?
people. Shout out to DJ Scream. I mean, he's legendary out here in Atlanta. He's traveled the world to do his craft. And I appreciate him taking me under and letting me be able to build my experience. And shout out to Miranda Man because he's the one that wanted to introduce me and bring me on to iHeart Radio.
Oh, okay.
And so I was actually DJing, I was doing my craft, and then he told me when he met me, he was like, I'm gonna check your set out. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know who this guy was. He was like, you want to check me out?
Did you think anything of it?
I didn't think nothing. I didn't know what he do. I just wasn't studying him. I was like, who is this guy talking about he gonna check me out? Because I always feel like being in a male-dominant industry, they always kind of underestimate me. Like, I'm gonna check you out. What you do? It's that type of vibe. So I thought he was doing that, but he actually checked me out because he wanted to collaborate. So yeah. I was like, I really appreciate that because most guys just want to tell me how I'm not good enough or something, or
or something that you need to change, or what you could do better.
Right.
Yeah.
He actually was like, I dig your vibe, I like your set, your craft, how you do your craft, and I want to help you.
That was really
so
nice.
That was a blessing. Yeah.
So how was the transition from where you were to get to where you are now? How did that actually happen?
Because I was last summer, I was just gigging. I literally had a gig every week. I had a partnership with Macy's, so I was doing that twice a month.
Nice.
So I was the official DJ for them. And then I was gigging in between family reunions, cookouts, or a fashion show.
You were
or
just
showcase.
making it happen.
I was just everywhere. And I just I had to come to a place, it's kind of it all came full circle. Because when I got the radio opportunity, I was like, I need to just chill, focus on my craft, and just build. You know what I'm saying?
You kind of get under some legendary.
Get under the.
Okay.
Yeah, just observe them, and then also just be selective now. Stop. My value. I feel like I hold myself very high. I don't need to be everywhere. I just need to be at the opportunities that I feel good about, and it's not always about money.
Right.
So it's about how I feel good about it, and if I think it'll make me better, then I'll go ahead and do it.
The money will come.
Then the money will come. Yeah.
Once you actually set your goals for what your value is,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's something to definitely live by, because it's so hard when you have so many things that you want to do, and then also balancing the things that you're kind of good at,
Right.
And then when you're trying to survive, maybe DJing was your bread and your butter. So doing the Macy's event was okay, I kind of made it a little bit because
Right.
I got that. I'm doing that 2 days out of the month.
Right.
And then it was okay, I'm also able to survive because I got this cookout, I got this thing going on, I got this thing going on. So now I'm feeling 5 days out of the week, out of the 7-day week with DJing. So this is a consistent paycheck.
Exactly.
How did you, balance that to kind of scale back to say it's not about the money but still survive?
It just took some self-realization, just self-reflecting. I really had to understand I was burning myself out. I was doing gigs where I wasn't proud, I wasn't feeling good. I always felt like I was only doing it for the money, and I don't want to feel like that. I want to be feeling like I'm elevating, I'm progressing, and I get money too.
Right.
Like, why can't I, if I be selective, I can do that. I can have that opportunity. So it just took some self-reflecting.
And that's the position that you feel like you're sitting in right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Like, I don't be pressed about stuff. Like, people come at me, they want me to DJ, and if I vibe with you, I like it, and I feel like there's an opportunity there, I would do it. Yeah, it's not me trying to be at every spot everywhere, because I just want to focus on being a better DJ, because I don't feel like I'm where I want to be, but that's okay, because I feel like I have opportunity to grow and develop and be one of the best in the game.
Nice, nice. So you're a sports enthusiast as well.
A sports enthusiast, yeah. I participated, in sports all my life since the age of like 7. So basketball was a key component in my life and who I felt like my identity was. But at the age of like 20, I had lost myself a little bit because I was playing college ball, but I felt like I didn't know myself. I felt like that was the only talent that I had. And it really took me letting that go, like just giving up, like this ain't for me.
You call that giving up, or you just call? Would you call it giving up? If you call it giving up, I don't want to change it.
Right. What would you call it? Like if I say, yeah.
We say, like as a yoga instructor, we always talk about letting go.
Letting go.
Right? Because if you have a bathtub full of dirty water and that dirty water is not serving you anymore, you drain that shit and you fill it back up with clean water, right?
Yeah.
So you're just letting something go that was not serving you anymore so that you can fill yourself up with other stuff,
I love
think
that.
that's kind of like
So
what you're
we're
doing
gonna
with
some
each
good-
Shout out to
other.
Sarah.
I know there's some good components. Like
Right,
I'm
I
not
love
quitting. I'm just letting it go. Letting it go.
Into place.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Like I let it go. I didn't like the politics in the sports, how business oriented it is now. Because growing up, I never had to think about certain things. Like
Just play.
I just played. It was just for
had
the love.
fun.
Like
It was fun.
yeah.
Do you think a lot of athletes kind of go through that?
All of them going through that, and they only are able to survive because of that money. Like, if you are rich going through stuff like that, it's like, okay, I can go through this because I'm paid, and I live in my big house, and I travel, my kids straight, my wife's good, or stuff
And
like
now
that.
you're doing it for the family.
For the family,
For the
so
family,
you don't do
less than
anything
about
for the
yourself.
family.
Yeah.
But if you're not getting paid and you're just exhausted and you feel like, no, you're not appreciated, because I know a lot of athletes can identify with that. They just have other things that compensate, because it's their life. They're not, like LeBron James not going to say sometimes he feel unappreciated, or he may not say, oh, the politics in the game, sometimes he can't be himself.
Yeah.
He under a contract, he can't do certain things. It's like you're kind of robotic still.
But it would be so funny if you actually did hear me say that, Like I mentioned before in a private conversation before we got on air that I was listening to Kanye. And, he speaks so much about, just being an artist.
Right.
Just being an artist and being free in that. And then the internet breaks when he actually says something that's very truthful to the world.
Right.
So that was your truth. And if LeBron or somebody that's like at the top of their sports career would speak their truth, why does it have to be something negative versus just like, this is what I'm going through, and allow me to embrace that, you embrace it. We're all living in this business world and we're all trying to get somewhere,
Right.
I do it for myself, the love of the game, but then I'm also doing it, I'm doing things that I don't want to do sometimes for my family.
For your family.
For survival, because I'm here now. I have so many people looking up to me, and if I quit, so many other people may feel like they could quit, and it may not be a thing of just like letting it go.
Yeah.
Right.
And given that we are all minority women, the statistics show we have it the hardest to make it in any kind of business. So it's fair to say whether it's collegiate athlete, whether it's music, entertainment, arts, all of that, it's really hard for us. I played violin in a symphony, and I'm an Asian American woman. I was good, and I got into all these schools, but at the end of the day, when you lose your love for your art and your craft, it's not worth it anymore. It's like, what are you losing? And you're losing your soul, really.
Out there, that's something that I should probably figure out. What do you need to do in the music industry that you could benefit off of? And I was like, you know, I thought it would always be cool to be a girl DJ.
Yeah.
I thought that.
I think it is actually so cool to be a
Yeah.
girl DJ. That's the
Yeah.
reason why I approached you, because you was a girl DJ.
That's what's
I
up.
didn't even hear you DJ. You was still setting up.
Right.
And I went right up to you and I was like, hey, do you have a card? I
Right.
didn't even know she was on the radio. So it wasn't even like I was like trying to be like, oh my gosh, she's on the radio, you know?
Right. It was just you showing women empowerment.
Yeah,
just
for
love.
sure.
You know, that's what it's all about. More women need to be like
I don't
that.
even really look at it like it was something that like I did as a favor. It was something that like, I feel like you're called to certain people, you know?
Right.
So either you ignore that call and then like God decides to give you another chance in a different direction, or you actually move towards that and it actually like blossoms, you know?
Absolutely.
I met both of you guys in the same establishment. Now both of you guys are sitting on the same platform together, you know?
Yeah, and I
So,
don't think that was coincidence either.
at all, you know, and both of you guys are in two different arenas, you know, definitely empowering women and playing in that field. But speaking of women empowerment, let's talk about Sarah Lee and all the stuff that you have going on. How do you create this balance, being like a yoga instructor, and how many days do you teach?
I teach 4 or 5 days a week, depending on my schedule, but like I teach at Westside Yoga in Atlanta, West Midtown, and talking about balance, I used to work at a bunch of different studios, and I just found like my home base, and so I'm there most of the time, and I gotta say, like, teaching yoga has been super empowering for me. It's made me feel good in my own skin and my body. And it's a good balance because I'm also in a PhD program at Emory, which is super stressful. And like, but my research is super cool because I look at how women in the workplace, especially minority women, we experience sexism, we experience racism, we have a gender pay equity gap, you know, we experience all kinds of struggles in the workplace, and like with the climate as it is right now, it's all about like hush hush, like, you know,
Keep it underneath the rug,
right, like,
yeah.
you know the peanuts, like the wah, like that. I feel like that's what people think when women talk about women's
When they
issues.
can, I guess when they complain about things that
Right.
they don't want to stand for
But it's like an
Right.
actual issue, and I'm like, well, if we're not talking about it, there's no conversation, there's no discourse, and so that's kind of where my research is. And yeah, school is stressful. It's a 5-year program.
But you completed 4,
I'm completed 4.
so you can't stop now.
I'm all
Yeah,
the dissertation.
almost
I
done.
can't quit.
Okay, you're not gonna quit. You're not
No.
gonna release that bathwater either.
No, not quitting. So I'm almost done. Next year I graduate. You're gonna be DJing my graduation party.
Yes, Sarah Lee. Times Beelax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I think women have to empower each other, and I think especially as minority women,
Right.
we all need to be empowering each other, you know.
Indeed.
That's the only way we get stronger is together, you know.
So let's talk about balance, because in yoga, balance is so important. So how do you balance, you know, all the things that you juggle in life, being a yoga instructor as well as, you know, receiving your PhD? You got 1 year left. How are you creating that balance for the last 4 years?
You know, I kind of can't do one without the other. You know, as human beings, we really can't just do one thing. And like, I have so many different passions. And when I came and moved to Atlanta 4 years ago from California, I had nothing. Like, I came here on a leap of faith and just for this program. And I was kind of depressed. Like, I needed some outlet. And I had already gotten my yoga teacher training in California. And so I was like, this is something I love. This is something that keeps me sane. It helps other people. I meet so many cool people through yoga. And like, yes, I love my research that I do. It's super cool and interesting. But like, when stuff gets stressful, you know, like you need to let out the stress in a healthy way. And there's definitely unhealthy ways to relieve stress. And yoga is like probably the best way for me to relieve stress and help other people relieve stress. So it's just a priority, you know, like anything you do in life.
Right.
You know, like some of my friends are students and they have kids, right? So that's their priority.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're gonna be like, well, I'm a full-time grad student, I guess I can't take care of my kids now. You know, you just have to balance it. And you gotta prioritize the things that matter to you. And what matters to me is wellness and health, mental wellness and physical wellness, you know, and that I think that's something that we don't talk about enough is like mental wellness too. So, yeah.
Things that really matter, like I just feel like going through school all since like 4 years old, everything that I learned really haven't helped me to who I am today.
Yeah.
Except for the basics like learning addition, subtraction, division. Like, but I just feel like all the
But just kind of like the core things to help
core
you
things of
survive
life.
as a human.
Yeah, like we need to know these things, and it's like we get pushed out into this bubble and like, oh, go find out. And it's like, I spent 18 years of school, why did I not know this?
Yeah, like
You
the
know
core
what I'm saying?
basics.
Yeah, I know. I taught high school in Oakland before I moved here, and like the things that I did at that high school, like, I taught science, I taught chemistry and physics, but that's not where my like main interactions with the kids were. It was like, what are you doing after school? How are you getting home? Why are you not doing your homework? Oh, my dad got shot. You know, like, that's the stuff
You got
that
connected
matters.
to, you know, them being a better person to actually get this work done.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, why are you in detention? And instead of making them sit in detention, I started teaching yoga. And I'm like, well, you have anger issues, so let's work on those anger issues. You don't know how to like communicate what you're saying. Instead of hurting somebody else, let's like manage your stress in a healthier way. And I think that's like really important.
I love that. Yoga inside.
And I will really, really promote her yoga studio and her classes she teaches, only because the first day that I took her class, my body was like aching. Because I'm a worker. Like, I will push myself to like the end. Right before you jump and die, I'm like right there, okay, sometimes. So my body was like so tense, and I was like, I need to stretch. So I was like, I'm going to go to her class first day. It's very intense, I must say. But took her class, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so strong. Like, so strong. And I took her class, and then afterwards, I was like, all right, this was like definitely a relief, like definitely like a mental, physically, emotional relief of things that I didn't even realize that I had like bottled up, you know, that was making my body be so tense. And then like the next day, you know, when you stretch and you work out, your body goes into shock and you're not really used to doing it.
Right.
But then after that, like the very next day after that, my body felt amazing. Amazing. So it has to be credit to her. Do to her your work.
Yeah, so come check out my classes at Westside Yoga in West Midtown in Atlanta. But
if you don't live in Atlanta, when you come to Atlanta, check out.
Seriously though, I think yoga has this misconception of just being like, oh, only people who are already like relaxed and stuff do yoga. But it's like, no, you come to yoga whoever you are. I have a 60-year-old man who comes to my classes, and he is now getting so strong. He can do his first arm balance, so like balancing on your hands with your legs up in the air. Like, yeah,
that's harder than a handstand? I mean a headstand?
Yeah, like you're holding your whole body weight up on your, like kind of like a break dancer.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you can do that. I didn't really mean to ask that. I meant like now.
Yeah. A skirt.
We gotta get a picture of that. Her Instagram is pretty cool too, because then you can see her do like all her different positions as well. So we'll definitely show that.
Follow her on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Sarah Yogini.
I like that. Follow her Instagram. But we have to go on commercial break. I love having you guys on. We'll be right back. We're going to be touching on trending topics, and I can't wait to see you at this commercial break.
What's up, world? DJ Beelax, and I'm a DJ, producer, personality on 92.3, 96.7 the BATL with DJ Screen, Hooderish Radio, and you're now watching Ladies Room Millennial.
Welcome back to Ladies Room Millennials. I'm your host, Chanel Kissa, and we have DJ Beelax and Sarah Lee. So right now we're going to dive right into the trending topics. So I want to talk about United Airlines. Like, what's going on with them? They've been having some trouble for like the past year between like passengers to now dogs. Like, what's going on?
That is the perfect case example. Like, we teach this in our MBA courses. That is bad business practice, right?
Definitely.
Bad business. So let me tell you. So first it was last week. It was the flight attendant that worked for United. They had a dog that was actually a paid passenger, of the plane, put in the overhead, and dying.
Right.
Okay, horrible.
Terrible.
Next, this week,
Fast forward.
they have a Kansas City dog that was shipped to Japan.
Like, no.
Come on. Come on, UA. What's up?
Not to mention the racism.
The racism.
Oh, of last year.
Yeah.
With the Asian man being drugged out of his seat off the plane.
I mean, that man's gonna make a lot of money, but like, that was not cool.
Yeah, but embarrassment.
Yeah, no, right?
As a company as a whole, it just doesn't look good, and it doesn't make people want to be like. I think their stocks probably dropped a lot, and it makes people don't want to like fly with you. Like it's not. I want to be comfortable knowing that this airline respects humanity and humans. Like
And animals.
And animals, because we love animals too.
Yeah,
Like,
they're alive too.
Right, they're alive.
I
Except for that
just
one.
don't know what's like really going on because it's consistently being them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, consistently, how do you drag a man off a plane?
And
Like,
the airline industry in and of itself is super competitive.
Right.
And like, go Delta, because we're in Atlanta here, but like,
Yeah.
United, it's just like, their business model is so bad. And like, how do you train people to work that way? You know what I mean?
like it's okay. Why do you put a dog in the overhead? So I don't know the article to really like quote the publication, but there was an article that I read, and it was basically on the flight attendant that actually put the dog in the overhead or told the passenger to put the dog in the overhead. She said that she did not know that there was a dog in the bag. So I guess she's not trying to take, blame of killing the dog. But regardless of the fact, they put the dog in the overhead. It was United Airlines flight. Passenger, the dog was a passenger. The dog was a paid passenger on the flight, and the dog died. As well as the Kansas City dog being shipped to Japan.
Yeah.
Like,
That is crazy.
And it just reflects badly on the organization, you
Right.
know, and when you have organizations that have like mission statements, that say things that they don't actually carry out, and
well,
so-
speaking of the mission statement, I pulled it up, and it says, United Customers Commitment. So United Airlines mission statement is, we are committed to providing a level of service to our customers that make us a leader in the airline industry.
If that's our leader, then I don't know who.
Right.
Like,
That's not great leadership at all.
no.
And basically how I found this, it came up first on Google. So whoever may watch this, whether you are a flight attendant or you work for United Airlines or maybe you're the CEO that may
Right.
want to come for me. So I Googled the mission statement. I just put United Airlines mission statement. That's the mission statement that came up. I just want to say that if the mission statement is any different on the website, that's what came up from Google. I understand that it may not exclusively be about the mission statement, but as a company, you always have something that you want to represent your company in the form of words so people know what you are represented as.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just don't think they're living up to that with at least those 3 cases, the
Yeah.
2 dogs, which you don't really mess with dogs in America. I
No.
can't speak of any other country, but you can mess with a human. But you mess with a dog, then it's like,
Game over.
yeah, game over for sure.
I know a lot of businesses, like we always see this, especially like working at a business school. It's like your mission statement doesn't always line up with what you actually do, whether
Right.
it's
Yeah.
about like customer service or diversity.
Yeah.
Companies that say they're more diverse are actually the least diverse. So like watch out if you're a minority and applying to a job where they're like, we have a diverse workforce. I'm like, not really.
They're probably the company that has,
The least.
right,
That makes
right.
sense.
But they're
They're
trying
trying to
to,
cover it up.
are they trying to, do you think they
Promote it?
promote it
Yeah.
to kind of like bring in more diversity?
Maybe. Or maybe they, there's all these like legal issues now, like having like a certain percentage of minorities at your work.
Right,
So-
in your company.
in your
that
company,
makes sense.
so-
I understand why things like that should be in place, but I feel like for me, I just want the best of the best.
Right.
I don't care like if you're white, black, purple, green, or even if you're a man or a woman. So okay, sometimes I just, I just really want to be really empowered sometimes, so I can't even lie about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do want to just work with just women because we're filling the gaps in so many industries of like, you know, you would find a male videographer, but I'm blessed to have a woman videographer. It's just something so simple like that, you know? So sometimes I guess I could be a little biased,
But I think
I'm just trying to fill a gap on a woman empowerment show.
Yeah, and I think part of being empowered as women is like working to. It's not anti-male, you know.
I think that's the biggest thing people need to realize. Yeah.
It's not anti-male. Like feminists are not like anti-men. You know, it's like we're, if anything, we need to work together so that we're all empowered because we don't have to argue that men are empowered already, right? We already know that. That's a given fact. But it's like, so we want to be empowered too. Like,
Exactly.
you know, like the he for she movement, I think is super cool. You know?
Tell me more about that.
So it's like this thing where men are now like hashtag he for she, and it's like in support of the women in your life that you love. You know, it's like it's not anti-men at all. It's like we're all together. You know,
we need more men being vocal about the support of women.
Yeah.
It's just like how we want white women to speak up for the, you know, the disparities that's going on with, you know, racism and stuff like that. So we need people to step up. If you're at the top, you're the lead. Like, step up and talk about these
Like,
issues.
if you know you got you a strong backbone, just go ahead and say, you know, he holding me
Yeah.
down, you know?
Yeah.
So she could go ahead and say he holds me down. It's about support on both ends. But, you know, talking about airlines in a negative way, let's talk about airlines in a positive way. So there's this 29-year-old African-American woman that runs the largest black-owned airline. That's located in the Bahamas.
That's awesome.
That's located in
That's
Paradise.
Yeah. And that's like classic example of like you can make it.
Right.
You know, as a minority woman, it's hard as AF. You know.
Say it. It's hard as what?
fuck.
Okay.
But you can.
Curse words are needed to emphasize
I know,
certain things.
but it's
So go
like
ahead.
when stuff like that happens.
That's true.
It's so empowering, you know, and it's like you said, it's an example for other younger minority women or men, you know, like that you can make it, and here's an example of how to do it.
Exactly.
Right.
I agree with that.
When I saw that, I was just like, this is so liberating.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, not that I go and I look at airlines to see who actually like run the company, unless I'm doing some sort of like research for something.
Right.
But when you do look at Fortune 500 companies and you see who are the people that are like the front runners for these companies, and you do see women that are at the top of the leadership pole, it kind of inspires you to be like, oh my God, what did they do to get here, you know?
Correct.
So I really appreciate that, and I just love it. I love reading stories like that. But just to talk about something that's definitely like affecting women, that's definitely affecting what's going on right now, is something that Snapchat did. Like, really don't understand it. I know it's big trending in pop culture, but I think it should be trending like worldwide, and that has to do with the Rihanna, Chris Brown. They posted this thing, would you rather? Then they put a picture of Rihanna, beautiful with her red hair. Slap Rihanna, punch Chris Brown.
Like neither of those options sound good.
Right. Like why would we do that?
And again, example of bad business. Like as a company, why would you have that on Snapchat? Like that's not good for them. You know?
How does that get approved?
How does that get approved?
$1 billion company.
Yeah.
How does that get approved?
Well, by the way, their stocks are jumping too.
Okay. I'm a cheer for that.
Well, I heard users definitely didn't like their new update too. So it was like you did a new update, people didn't like that, you post that, people didn't like that, and it's just some celebrities that you just cannot mess with.
And whoever made that, it's like now you're making a joke out of domestic violence.
A joke out of something that was so serious,
Yeah.
so serious that they both have moved past, you know?
So
And they're not even trending together. So it was like, what is even the point?
Domestic violence in general is not something you want to joke about. You know?
At all.
And Rihanna responded back,
What did she
you
say?
know, to this, I guess, gift, something that's supposed to be funny. They took a poll, but she basically just was saying like, you know, she don't even use Snapchat. So, you know,
she made the stock go down even more.
She cleared it all the way together right there, and then said, you know, what is up with this mess? Like, why are you guys advertising this or
Making a
promoting
mockery.
this? Yeah, making a mockery of this. you know, it's not fair to people and victims and survivors who went through this for them to see something like that.
Yeah, I mean, as a survivor of domestic violence myself, I feel like a lot of women, like, we either don't speak up about it or we'll blame ourselves.
Yeah.
We can touch on that later too. And like, I don't know, I just feel like it's something that's like so common too. And like, it's sad that it's so common.
Right.
You know, and side note, just a shout out to Alana Athletica. It's a company of yoga clothing that I actually model for.
Nice.
And
You do everything.
oh, well, and I forgot about it. But I was like, we were talking about domestic violence. The proceeds go to women who are survivors of domestic violence.
That's amazing.
So if you need new yoga pants, check out Alana. Like half
Shout out
We
price.
gotta get some. We gotta get
Yeah.
some.
But yeah.
But speaking on domestic violence, did you guys hear about the Nick Gordon case? You know, he's in the tabloids again.
Yeah.
Well, we all, know of him of being Whitney Houston's stepson, also dating Bobby Christina, also being the person that committed domestic violence against Bobby Christina during the time that she died. Now he has a new girlfriend. He made her a victim of domestic violence. He went to jail for it. Now she went back, wrote this letter to the judge, basically asking the judge to release him and drop the charges against him because the things that are out about him and her are not true.
Right.
And she's bipolar.
I don't, even if she is bipolar,
It's not an excuse.
it's not okay for him to touch her and hurt her, regardless of her mental state, you know?
Right.
Like, in fact, that makes it even worse. It's like, she's suffering from mental illness and you're gonna hurt her now.
But I think that was kind of like an excuse to to protect him, you
Right,
know?
yeah.
And I feel like that makes her even a bigger case of domestic violence
Yes.
because of it, you know?
It just perpetuates the cycle.
Right.
When we make it okay, for women to get hurt,
Yeah.
and then we go back and we like blame ourselves for it, then it's just, I don't know, it's just.
I think it's so simple. Keep your hands to yourself. Like, you have no business of touching anyone.
And you
No
know-
one is your child. Like, keep your hands to yourself. If you don't like something I say, go to another room. Separate
Walk
yourself.
away,
You have to
yeah.
learn to walk away. So Bobby Brown reached out to Nick Gordon's girlfriend. He offered her help through the Bobby Christina Serenity House. I don't know what the success rate was due to that altercation or interaction that he offered help with. But I do know after the fact, news report that she did write a letter to the judge offering to drop charges and blame herself. I just think that it's horrible only because she's saying like, I suffered through a mental disorder and this is the reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna cut it.
It's like you're creating this illusion to say like, it did not happen when like your face obviously reads that it did happen.
Right.
So like, how do you explain that,
Yeah.
And why are you willing to put the heat back on yourself for something that you did not cause?
It may be her still having communication with him. Sometimes when you still have communication with the abuser, it's like you feel sorry that everything happened and you do blame yourself and she just don't want him to feel any types of way and she wants him to be free. And I think that's a natural instinct as a human being, but we have to support her and let her know, okay, well, he needs to seek some type of like help. I mean, he can't come back into society doing the same thing and then we just forget about it.
And it's less about punishment and more about like if there's
Treatment.
something that's like, that you have anger issues or
Right.
something. I feel like all the things that you need to learn in life you learn in kindergarten. Like don't hurt other people, don't
Right.
steal, like don't lie.
Which
Like,
is the true morals, the true morals of life,
everything
right?
you learn by the age of 5.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Forget about my 15, but
So it's like, did you just have a temper tantrum that you was having since you were 5 and then like lashed out or something?
Right.
Like, calm down. It's not that serious.
Exactly.
Leave the room.
Yeah.
Let's return when it's calm. Be centered. Have
to
balance.
yoga.
Right.
Go to yoga.
Go back to those principles.
Listen to some music.
Yeah, I think that Nick Gordon just needs to seek treatment on where these issues stem from because They could be from his childhood. It could be from the morning of Bobby Christie. You just never know.
Yeah,
you know,
it can be something that he's
human
really battling within himself. Because
Right.
I'm pretty sure that situation with Bobby Christina probably like traumatized him as well.
Yeah, and I know this is about empowering women, but I also want to empower men and say that it's okay to talk about your feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of
Oh,
using
yeah.
your fist, you know,
Exactly.
talk, use
Speak
your
up.
words. Yeah, man, it's okay to talk about your feelings.
Right. We're not gonna clown you. You know, just keep it real. You gotta keep it real. We're embracing being real with yourself. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's keep doing
I mean,
that.
that's actually like this first step, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You got to be real with yourself before you can be real with anyone else.
That's real. I follow that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to go on commercial break and we'll be right back.
Sarah Lee. I'm getting my doctorate at Emory University, so I'm currently in Atlanta, but I'm a Cali girl at heart. I work at Westside Yoga in West Midtown. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm on Sarah Lee Yogini.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We're fresh back on from commercial break. The show is ended. Thank you guys for being on episode
Thank you
5
for
of
having
season
me.
1. It was beautiful.
Yes.
So how can we allow the viewers to contact you, learn more about what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I suggest the world. Just follow me on
The
Instagram.
world.
So,
I love the world. I love
not
it.
Atlanta. Well, I mean New York, I mean California.
Just
I mean
the
Texas,
world.
yeah.
Tokyo,
World.
Thailand, Africa, like.
Just follow me on Instagram, DJ Beelax, DJBeelax, and my website is www.djbeelax.com. If you want to just stay in tune on what I have coming next, like featured events, featured mixes that I have, with some nice cool photos that I might post up, you know, to just show love.
Check out that Instagram. It is
Yeah.
pretty cool. She'll
Wow.
allow you to, you know, tap in her world a little bit to say, this is who I was working with today. She's working with a lot of celebrities that's in the
Yeah.
music industry as well as in entertainment. So you get to, like, you know, connect with her.
Just stay tuned. And then also, if you're in Atlanta, the next weekend, which is March 24th, if you're in Atlanta, please come out to this amazing festival that I will be DJing at, Adventure Time Festival. My set is 7:30 to 8:30. Yeah. Tickets are $10 right now. So
Don't wait till the last minute.
Don't
They
wait
may
till
go
the
up.
Yeah.
Adventure Time Festival featuring Cody Shane. We have what's the Nas? He's like a local rising artist, and it's artist. What's the artist name? The artist. Sorry, I'm not gonna waste up my film, but he's a real paper Frank.
Paper Frank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big artist here in Atlanta, and he's gonna be featured.
Nice, nice. But we're all coming for you. I mean, we're nothing against anyone else, but you know, we got our girl right here.
Yeah.
Y'all know her, we know her, so
Yeah.
we're going for you. Tickets are $10.
Correct.
So make sure you support her as well as everything else that's going on. Make sure you touch base on, you know, the tour that you collaborate with and that you're going to be going on.
Most definitely. So also I will be across, you know, traveling in the state of Georgia or other featured states in America with this motivational speaker, Keith Brown, where he touch bases with elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and he motivates these kids, these boys and girls, just to inspire to be better, believe in themselves, and be proud. So he just hypes them up, and I'm going to be his featured DJ and assistant.
So he gonna hype him up and you gonna hype
I'm
him up
gonna play them
musically.
songs, yeah.
So y'all gonna be in there doing y'all thing, right?
So it's a
right.
win-win, and then they can
Creating
continue-
vibes.
Right, exactly. And just to see the little girls look at me, and I know they feel like, okay, I could be a businesswoman.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to be able to inspire the
She's
youth.
an adult, but
Yeah.
like she looks just like me. She's not far from the age that I'm
Right.
in right now. So
Exactly. And shout out to Chanel Kissa. I mean, she invited me to come up here. So
I don't need a shout out. Thank you. Thank you, though. We're gonna work together. We're gonna work
For
together.
sure.
I'm excited about that. And then Sarah, let us know what's going on with you and how we can find you.
You can find me. So I'm still at Emory for one more year. You
One
can
more.
look up Emory University Gazetta Business School. Sarah Lee. I'm the only Sarah Lee there. Sarah with an H. And then my Instagram. I know it matters. It
matters,
Sarah's. Yeah. Anyway. And then my Instagram handle is Sarah Lee Yogini. Yogini. And you can find me at Westside Yoga. I teach all the time. If you look at Westside Yoga on their website and look at the schedule, you can find out exactly which times I teach. So come check me out there. And then for people in San Francisco, I'm actually speaking at a conference in May, talking about women in business, and how we can rise up.
You were like reserving that as a secret.
Yeah,
like,
just in case
we didn't
you're
know
gonna be
that.
there. But yeah, so for everybody else in Atlanta, come find me wherever, school.
And then in May
yoga.
she'll be in California.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going back home.
And then tell us about these yoga pants too. Where can we buy some of these yoga pants?
Right.
at?
These yoga pants, Alana Athletica, the proceeds go to women who survive domestic violence, and they're made out of sustainably made materials too. And so Alana Athletica, ALANA. They're also on my Instagram too. So if you just look me up, you can find most of what I do.
Click the link in my bio type thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So all of that's available right now.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining me today. It's been amazing having this good conversation with you guys. I hope that we influenced and impacted so many people by watching this show. You can definitely catch us next week, next Thursday. The show is going to drop. And then next Saturday, we film for a new show. So thank you, ladies. I hope you guys get so many positive vibes coming your way. So we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.